Hi, it's Kris Fuller. I'm here with Elizabeth Guarino, and we are with the Best Ever You Network. We want to continue the conversation with our 6 principles. So our 6 principles is what we ground all of our work on. Our focus is always you. We want to help you. We want you to feel amazing. We know you are amazing. Like we see you. We see the stars and sparkles and spirit that you have and you bring to the table. But what we want to do is help you elevate all the things that are amazing about you, celebrate all the things that are truly terrific about you. And if you need to do a little shifting, little changing, we're there for you on that score too. And so in looking at our 6 principles, Elizabeth and I have a core question, and these 6 questions line up with the principles, and they are just wonderful for grounding you when you're making a decision, when you're looking at a life change, when you're looking at, should I do this or that, and you maybe are sort of struggling to navigate that and think, is this best for me? That's what these questions are designed to do. And we get deeper and deeper with these questions in our Master Life Coaching, in our journals, in our online courses. But we wanted to just do an overview of the questions right now. So here's what happens. I always start with a whole bunch of talking, and eventually I go, okay, Elizabeth, you're allowed to talk. So that's now. So you can start talking. You can kick us off with the first one. Tell us about the core, tell us about the question, and we'll have a little chit chat about that.
So here's my thing. I absolutely love listening to you, and I'm always so grateful for you. And without, Best Ever You and Your Life Sparkles go hand in hand. And so that our beautiful Kris Fuller had such a hand in developing all of these concepts and everything. So we're just always grateful. So take a moment to pause and show some gratitude and love over in the other direction, over, I don't know which way we are on screen here. But so, okay, so we have 6 questions, and these are, I just love these. This is a dive deeper into our 6 core principles. So the first one is this in line with the essence of who I am? I thought we would trade off.
Yeah,
is that what for you, Kris?
That's what we're doing. And so the in line with the essence of who I am, that is from principle number 1. And principle number 1 is about your core, which is your values and your beliefs. And so when you're making a decision, when you're looking at actions you're taking in your life, asking that question in regards to your values is really going to help center you on that. So the second one, we call this the art of you. And the question to ask yourself is, does this celebrate my unique gifts and talents? So when you're looking at taking on a job or a role or a relationship or whatever it is, ask yourself that question. And if the answer doesn't feel good, then that might be an opportunity for you to maybe explore deeper.
Yeah, lining up with that authentic you is so important. Being you, we talk about that all the time. Be your best you.
Have you ever done
pause and take a deep breath and cheerlead and
that's right.
Glitter?
I know. I've always got imaginary glitter with me. Toss it up, have fun. Because if you ever try to do something that isn't you, it's so hard. It's so frustrating. I can't be quiet. I can't not have imaginary glitter and have fun and do silly things. I'm still a depth of knowledge and all kinds of wonderful, there's so many pieces of me, but celebrating my unique gifts and talents, one of them is my fun and quirky way of talking and my silly way of celebrating things. But when I don't do it, it stifles me. And so that's that question number 2 that we want you to really sort of look at. And yeah,
and we honor that all about you in these videos and everything. I love that you're just sparkling and glittery. So the next thing, now it's my turn to bring us down a little bit into our accountability and responsibility section. But this actually elevates you when you start to really put those boundaries up and really celebrate what you stand for and take responsibility for your emotions, your actions, your behaviors, and so forth.
And so in that, so number 3 is, we call that the heart of you. That's the principle, the heart of you. And it is the emotions and feelings and whatnot. And even though Elizabeth said we're going to bring you down a little, I'd like to counter that just a little, because once you start doing it, and you did say elevate, and you're absolutely right about that, because once you start to own your feelings, own your actions, really take and stand in your own light and know exactly what you feel, how to communicate it, how to handle things that are coming your way that are out of your control, that is so empowering. That is so key for your growth, development, and getting to know, like, really truly who you are. All 6 of the principles are really important, but this one has a special place in my heart. So the heart of you is that 3rd one.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I can't remember I'll just take the next one. Humanity. And another one. And again, they're all kind of interconnected, which is really important. And so when you think about this next one, this can be your role like as a global citizen. How does this impact others around me and the world as a whole? That's a big question right there. Like if you're thinking about doing something in this moment, it's a big question to ask yourself.
And it's big and small, because that vibe of be kind to others all day long, that can be small, right? Letting someone in front of you in the grocery store, letting a car get into the lane, opening a door for someone, giving someone your smile, help, like little things matter too. And so when you look at your impact around the world, your impact, it can be those little things. And then Elizabeth said too, and she's dead on, it can be huge. And ask yourself, how does this impact others around me and the world as a whole? So when you're making decisions, when you're leading your best life, when you're working on being your best, when you're amplifying and celebrating who you are, we want you to, of course, love and consider yourself, but we also want you to consider others, because we believe that we're all in this together.
Yeah, I love it. You want me to do the next one, or you got?
Yeah, sure. So the next two are actually very connected to yourself, your body, and your mind. But the fifth one there, that lines up with our fifth principle, which we coin as the sport of you. But really and truly, that is your well-being zone. And we're talking there mostly about your physical well-being. So in looking at our question to ask yourself when you're making decisions, when you're doing life choices, when you're living your daily life, ask yourself, does this moment or action contribute to my longevity and health? And so we love the word longevity. We love the word health and well-being, because there's so much more to your health and fitness than, it's not one thing. It's not just your nutrition. It's not just your number on the scale. It's not just the inches around your waist. There's so much more to your well-being. And so when you ask yourself that question, when you're about to do something, you can find, does this moment or action contribute to my longevity and health? Think about the decision you're making. And it's incredible how a thought-provoking question can sometimes help guide you back to what you should or could do better.
Yeah, just on that moment alone, in what you just said, I'm going to replay this video a lot, that moment on the scale, or that moment, because, those things can define us and get us stuck and things like that. So it's really, I love the open-mindedness of these questions. They really send your mind looking for different answers. They're great tools to use if you're feeling stuck on that hamster wheel and going round and round in some of the behaviors that you might have. So these really work to that. So the next one, especially with that, is the spirit of you, which this is a question: is my mind at peace and my spirit content? And that is, what a wonderful place to be. Is mind at peace and my spirit content. And it doesn't, let's discuss this one just slightly, because
absolutely,
I don't know if every single moment of your life is all peaceful and contentment, but and filled with content. But boy, isn't it cool when you know how to get there?
Yeah. And that's the thing, is we recognize at Best Over You that you have stuff firing at you all day long, all week long. Stress is going to come into your life. Every day isn't filled with blessings and gratitude nonstop. But one of the challenges, or one of the hopes that we have for you, and when we work with you and when we speak together and when we have conversations, is we're like, how do we quickly find a way to come back to a centered, peaceful, content self? And how do we honor whatever it is that we're feeling or going through, and acknowledge it and own it and whatnot, but then still make those choices to figure out how to put that next foot forward. And it's easier said than done. Like, it's a tall order to say you should be at peace and content. Okay, check the box. Like, it's not.
No,
I wish it was. I love checklists. I would just love to wake up and go, oh, check the peace, check content.
I love how you and I don't ever use the word should. Like, you should never be. You don't have to be, or anything like that. We just love, like, celebrating you. And even if you replace the should with, try to keep away from the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because but just me and you and these questions. I get so excited about these, because they just celebrate and honor you and us as a whole, the we, everything. I want to put you on the spot for a minute. So hang on, Kris. You ready for this one?
I'm always ready. Yes.
Can we do one of our, like, little daily mindfulness moves right here?
We can.
Some pausing and some
of course we
breathing.
can.
Because
what we do is we lead people through a guided session just to center yourself and find joy to start your day. And so I'm going to be the voice you listen to, and Elizabeth is going to be the smiling face that you can follow along with. So we ask you to sit comfortably with your feet flat on the ground, and we ask you to just have your hands loosely by your side and listen to my voice and let this happen to your body. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax your eyebrows. Let your tongue fall loose inside your mouth, and exhale. So those little body cues, those little words right there will just help you have that moment, have that pause. And that's what we like. So then we move into some self-love and some mantras. And so we always give ourselves a great big hug and we say, I love you.
I love you.
And that is a message to you from you. We hope you say it all day long. We hope you say it in the mirror. We hope you say it in the car. Start out loud saying that to yourself because it really does make a difference and matter. We put our hands on our heart for the next part, which is when you connect with yourself physically and you hear and say words, it impacts you greater. And so the hands on heart is you connecting love to yourself. And so in January, we focused on the word joy. And so today's mantra will be joy-filled statements and sentences for you to say. So repeat after me. I am filled with joy.
I am filled with joy.
Joy follows me wherever I go.
Joy follows me wherever I go.
I bring the joy.
I bring the joy.
Joy, 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 joy.
Joy, 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 joy.
And I always do a little wiggle there because when you move your body, it also amplifies what you're saying, what you're feeling, what you're doing. And I would encourage you to get up and do a joyful dance, right? So we have that there, yes. And we always wrap it up with a breathing exercise as well, keeping your hands on your heart. Our breathing exercise in January was called the 4-6. That's breathing in on the count of 4 and breathing out on the count of 6. And what happens on the intake is you imagine that the breath coming in is joyful, beautiful, and loving. And on the outtake, especially on the number 5, 6, anything that isn't serving you, just let it go. So I'm going to do that 4 times. Elizabeth's going to follow along and you can too. So prepare to breathe in on the count of 1, 2, 3, 4 and out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. And you can just let your hands fall down. Give yourself one final out exhale. And then we always say, have a beautiful, joyful day. And what I like to travel with, in case you didn't know, is imaginary glitter. It's a lot easier to clean up. And I just pull some of that imaginary glitter out and I just throw it into the air. And I imagine that I'm spreading glitter and spreading joy everywhere I go. So that is a little sample of some of the services we offer. That is a program that we do every day once you sign up for Joyful January, Fabulous February. Each month has a different theme. And it's just one of the ways you could access us and that we are live with you every day and we interact and we really want to be there for you and set that tone for the day so that you are set up for a beautiful start. Does it mean that every day is perfect? No.
But they can do their best.
Yes, it just gives you something. And that's one other thing we talk about as well is feeling, back to that heart zone that I love so much, but feeling and allowing yourself to feel all of the things that you authentically are feeling and going through. And certainly I know, and we all do, there's been days, moments where I am sad and disappointed and heartbroken. And at the same time, I'm happy and having a great time because maybe I'm snowshoeing or whatever. And I have these two opposing feelings coming and firing at me. And that is something that I just truly recognize and acknowledge and love. And I think we have the capacity for so much throughout the day. And having a strong mind and having tools to help us find that gratitude and center ourselves is one of the things that we just are so committed to in our focus on you.
Especially, I think too, especially like in a video like this where we've taught you something and to absorb that information and be able to go back to it and learn from it. But that's a really good exercise to not only start your day, but also middle of the day, end of the day, whatever. And it just, that breathing or the mantras or whatever it is that you like from that video, you can replay that. And it just has a way of bringing some peace and mindful and centeredness, I think is probably the best word for that. But
absolutely,
clears the space for intake.
Yeah.
I think.
So those are some of the things that we do that we cherish when we look at our mantra being we focus on you. How do we do that? We use those 6 questions. If you want to pop the slide back up.
Oh,
We
yes.
use the core principles, and we also celebrate ways to support you and help you. If you have any questions about what we've said in this video, we would love to hear from you. You can reach both of us on any of our social media channels. We always reply, and you can always write to us at besteveryou.com as well, because we do love hearing from you. We are here for you, and we hope that you enjoyed our video. Bye for now.